Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? I'm Immortal MMA, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase. What was this card? What was this card? Okay, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And here's the thing. I'm not gonna do any editing in this video. Okay, any editing. So I'm sorry about any stuttering, any breathing. I just have to get this out as fast as possible. Any mess ups, I'm sorry in advance. But holy, I cannot believe this. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje at the White House. UFC Freedom 250. Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. I cannot believe this event. Everything was going exactly how I thought. I did pick Kyle Dawkins to win. We're gonna go over that later, but everything was going basically how I planned it, basically how we thought it was gonna go, and then the main event and the co-main event just completely destroyed my night. And I cannot believe this, and I look like a complete idiot for making my other two videos. I look like a fool. But who? Okay, I can understand for the Alex, but who picked Justin Gaethje to do what he did? Okay, let's just start out with the all the way at the bottom. So Diego Lopez goes out there. He has a brawl with Steve Garcia. First round is very measured. Steve Garcia is, he's just popping in with the jab. He's hitting Diego nice with some really nice straights. And Diego Lopez is kind of having a hard time finding his range. He's, getting hit a lot, but he's not really able to find Steve Garcia. Second round, the same thing is basically happening, but then they start getting into a brawl. Diego Lopez catches Steve's chin. He knocks him down for a second. Steve pops back up, and then he starts brawling with Diego Lopez, and it's not a good idea to brawl with Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez knocks Steve Garcia out, and it was a great knockout. I was so happy. Diego Lopez, one of my favorite fighters, currently active. He's been one of my favorite fighters since his first fight in the UFC, and great performance from Diego Lopez. And that's first pick right. First pick, I get right. Diego Lopez, although he was struggling in this fight, he showed that he is still top tier, still at the very, very top, defeating Steve Garcia. Moving on, great fight. Moving on, Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. I picked Kyle Dawkins because out of all the underdogs, I thought Kyle Dawkins is probably the most likely to get it done. So I picked Kyle Dawkins on the off chance that, it's MMA. Nothing goes exactly as planned. So I thought out of all the fights that could be an upset, I would pick Kyle Dawkins. So I picked Kyle Dawkins. He gets destroyed by Bo Nickel. First, they end up on the floor. He gets hit with some nasty elbows from Bo Nickel. They get back. They get stood up, which is a little weird. Bo Nickel was hitting some decent elbows, so I don't know why they got stood up like that. But Bo Nickel slimes out Kyle Dawkins with his hands. He looks like a better striker, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Bo Nickel does in the future. But, he gets the finish. Good for him. It was a good win. Still, I understand why this is on the card because it's Bo Nickel and their UFC is trying to push him. But at the same time, it's out of all these fights, this was just the most weird random match you could have put on this White House card. Good performance from Bo Nickel though. Interesting to see where he goes next from here. Who he matches up against. Moving on. Mauricio Rufy slimes out Michael Chandler. Mauricio Rufy, oh my goodness. His striking looks beautiful. I love Mauricio Rufy's striking. He destroyed Michael Chandler, and we all know this was going to happen. But look at these stats. 3 strikes to 20, and Mauricio Rufy, it was just nasty work. He TKOs Chandler against the fence, almost completely knocks him out. He tapped him with a few uppercuts that were really nice. He did crazy things to Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler had no chance. He had no success in this fight whatsoever. Anytime he tried to grapple, he just couldn't do it. Mauricio Rufy was all over him. Anytime he tried to strike, he was just out of range. Mauricio Rufy was so good at evading everything. He saw everything coming from a mile away, and he destroyed Michael Chandler. And again, we all knew this was going to happen. Michael Chandler gets slimed out in the first round, and no one's surprised, okay? No one's surprised. Moving on. Josh Hokett, he defeats Derek Lewis. Again, it's another unsurprising thing. Holy stats. 105-8 is crazy. Yeah, Derek Lewis, he doesn't do anything anymore. He doesn't do anything. He has his overhands that could land, and if they don't land, he gasses out, and he just, gives up on himself. He he gasses out and he just falls over, or he just gets out-pressured by his opponents. That is what Josh Hawkett did. Josh Hawkett, he took him down, beat him up on the ground for the entire first round, evaded some strikes, and also Josh Hawkett, he looked like he was also gassed too. I think it was because, this was not too far out from his fight that he had with Curtis Blades, but he looked pretty gassed out, or maybe it was just because of the grappling, but he destroyed Derek Lewis in the first round, and in the second round, Derek Lewis was so tired, everything he was throwing was super telegraphed, and Josh Hawkett was just too fast for him and was able to get him out on the feet. So good, crazy good performance by Josh Hawkett. With this win against Derek Lewis and also Curtis Blades, Josh Hawkett is looking like a really good competitor, especially if you give him more time to rest after these two performances back-to-back. I think he's going to come in great shape, and he's going to do really well against whoever he goes up against next. They're probably going to give him, I would assume, a top 5 matchup, since he is in the top 5 and he just beat Derek Lewis, who is number 9. So, crazy good performance by Josh Hawkett, and that armbar was, that armbar, I don't know, I don't understand if I don't know if he just didn't know how to complete it, or if he just wanted to win by KO or something, because he had it in, but he just didn't finish it. It was like he didn't know how to finish it, but it kind of seemed like he was just trolling, so I'm just going to chalk it up to that. But yeah, Derek Lewis, he's I don't even understand how he's ranked. This is the state of heavyweight, that Derek Lewis is still ranked top 10 when he's just wobbling towards you with one overhand, and then that's it, and then he's gassed out. But moving on, Black Beast, rest in peace, Black Beast. Moving on, Sean O'Malley goes against Amin Zahabi. Now, Amin Zahabi was doing really good with the low kicks, actually. Every single time he entered, he was throwing leg kicks at Sean O'Malley. He was kind of just bum rushing Sean O'Malley, not really letting him have any room to breathe when he was throwing the leg kicks. And Sean O'Malley, he was kind of just picking and prodding, trying to find his range. And eventually, after the first round, he had a few body shots, but other than that, there wasn't really anything crazy that happened. He was able to get his range down, and when Amin Zahabi entered into range, boom, right across the jaw, Sean O'Malley hit him with a nice straight, and then he followed it up, and Amin Zahabi, Sean O'Malley gets a walk-off KO against Amin Zahabi. Crazy walk-off KO, really good performance by Sean O'Malley, taking Amin Zahabi's win streak away. And with this and the Song Yadong performance, I think it's safe to say the UFC is probably going to give Sean a title shot against Petr Yan, probably after Petr fights against Merab for a rematch, I would assume. But yeah, a really good performance. The leg kicks, it seemed to do some damage to Sean O'Malley, but not too much to where it was going to really Sean O'Malley's going to be out of here. Amin Zahabi, he tried it, and he's a tough guy. I said this in my predictions, but Sean O'Malley gets it done in the second round by KO. Nasty KO. Now that I ran through all of these because I have to talk about the main events, I'm going to yap so much, I already know it. Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. This is I've been hit so hard recently in the UFC. First, there's the Oliveira KO. The Oliveira KO against Ilia Topuria, that hit me hard. Because Oliveira is my favorite fighter, and he's the one that got me into the UFC and into all, mixed martial arts as a whole. So, seeing him get flatlined out cold, it was just insane to me. It really saddened me. Then, I see Yuri Prohaska get flatlined by Carlos Ulberg on a broken leg, and that just also destroyed me because Yuri Prohaska is my second favorite fighter. And then I have these two massive hits on me, and then here I am making a video, and it gets 1,000 views, and I thank you all. I thank you all for those views. It's insane to get that many views. I've never gotten that many views on any of my videos, not even close. And even I have another YouTube channel that I had been doing gaming on, which I will return to that later on in life. But for now, I want to focus on this channel. And not even on that one. The most views I ever got was 400 something. To get 1,000 views is crazy to me. I really appreciate it. And thank you all for watching this video. Whoever's watching throughout this entire time. But I make that video about Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. And Cyril Gane goes out here and knocks out Alex Pereira. Are you serious? Alex Pereira, who is my third favorite fighter, literally my first, second, and third favorite fighter, all get KO'd. Not even like in the span of what, a year? In the span of a year? It's just, I cannot. My voice is gone because I was like literally screaming this entire time when the fights were happening. Alex Pereira was chopping up some nice low kicks. In the first round. He still loses the first round. Cyril Gane was more busy. Hit him with a few nice jabs, a few right hands. And then in the second round, Alex Pereira steps in. And as soon as he steps in, Cyril Gane hits him with a jab. And of course, in my video, I was like, oh, Cyril Gane's boxing is all bad. The only thing he has really is a jab. And of course, the thing he catches Alex Pereira with is his jab. He catches Alex Pereira as he's going in with the jab right on the jaw, rocks him, and he follows it up with a crazy amount of strikes. And by the way, he gets Alex Pereira to the floor, and Cyril Bongamin Gane cannot help himself but to cheat and goes for back of the head shots against Alex Pereira. None of them like really noticed by Herb Dean, but literally hits him on the back of the head with elbows literally like 4 to 5 times. And you can even see like there's redness and like bumps on the back of Alex Pereira's head. When you like watch the video, when you watch it back, if you see him walking around after the fight was stopped, you can see literally like red marks on the very back of his skull where Cyril Gane was hitting him with elbows. This guy can physically not stop himself from cheating. Cyril Gane, the dirtiest fighter inside of the UFC. I despise this guy. The eye pokes, the eye gouges, like the nut shots, the back of the head shots, the cage grabbing. This guy cannot stop cheating. He cannot stop cheating. And I'm not going to say that that's why Alex Pereira like lost, because he was rocked really badly from that, but you never know. Alex Pereira does have good recoverability, and those back of the head shots were brutal, but I'm not going to throw that out as cope. Cyril Gane, I think he would have knocked Alex Pereira out even with the back of the head shot, even without the back of the head shots. Seeing how it was going, but the fact that this guy just cannot stop himself from cheating. The fact that he cannot stop himself from cheating, and he continues to get title shot after title shot after title shot after he's doing all this cheating. It annoys me. It pisses me off. Okay, and the fact that it was against Alex Pereira, my third favorite fighter, and he gets knocked out. Who predicted that Cyril Gane was gonna KO Alex Pereira? Everyone that was picking Cyril Gane had it by either they picked like late round like TKO or something like that, or they picked it by decision. A KO in the second round against Alex Pereira? Are you serious? Where was this power against any of these other heavyweights? Where was this striking against any of these other heavyweights? Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that, like, looking at his performance against Volkov, and I know, like, Volkov is this, like, really tall and rangy guy, but Alex Pereira is a better technical striker than Volkov. How did Alex Pereira how did Cyril Gane do that much damage to Alex Pereira, but could barely do any single thing to Volkov other than try to grapple with him and maybe hit a few decent jabs and straights? Are you serious? How does this happen? How did this happen? So this already got me in my mood. This already, like, really saddened me because I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe this. And, you know, for again, all of the, like, viewers, thank you for watching again. And, you know, I was wrong. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. Like, we as predictors get stuff wrong. Oh, well, I'm not going to be like, oh, I got it wrong. You know, obviously, like, it's whatever. I'm glad the video did well. Again, thank you all. But moving on to the main event. This killed me. This was the nail in the coffin. Because Ilia Topuria, I've become a fan of him. I was rooting against him this entire time. But after the KO against Charles Oliveira, I couldn't help. I mean, I was a fan of him after the Max KO, but then obviously I couldn't root for him against Charles Oliveira. But after that, I was like, okay, well, Ilia Topuria, I still like him a lot, and I've become more and more of a fan of him. I became a great fan of him, and I am rooting for him. And again, another one of my favorite fighters currently. He at least like top 15 currently active. And he goes out there and he walks in to so many strikes from Justin Gaethje, and Justin Rufus Gaethje gets the win over Elite Topuria. What timeline are we living in? What timeline are we living in? Cause what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? I cannot help but say, what was that? Cause Elite Topuria, one of the best boxers in the UFC period, one of the most accurate, crazy power, has knocked out Max Holloway, knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, knocked out Charles Oliveira, and I already know everyone now is going to say, oh, see, we were right, he got a KO against Volkanovski coming off a KO, and he got a KO over Drain Max, and he got a KO over Chini Oliveira. I already know everyone is going to be saying that Elite Topuria was nobody all along, that Elite Topuria was not skilled all along, that Elite Topuria this, Elite Topuria that, and that's going to piss me off, one. But two, how did he lose to Justin Gaethje? Oh my goodness. The damage he took, his eyes, his nose. I've never, even if you pick Justin Gaethje to win, the fact that, I've never seen Justin Gaethje do that much damage to someone other than Tony Ferguson. Never in my life have I seen that Justin Gaethje damage someone that much other than Tony Ferguson. The absolute beating that Elite Topuria took, and Justin, he hit him with some nasty body shots in the second round. Elite Topuria hit him with some nasty body shots, got it to the ground, and I thought, okay, it's on the ground, he's probably gonna submit Justin Gaethje or ground and pound, but Elite was just so tired. I don't know, and I know this is gonna sound like cold, but was it just me, or did Ilya look not like himself? Literally, his head movement was almost non-existent. He was literally just marching forward, eating all the jabs, barely moving his head, and his cardio was gone by round 2. Completely gone. He was completely gassed out by round 2, and he couldn't get it back after that. You could see he could not get back his cardio. He was completely gone after round 2, and Justin Gaethje just started taking over. And it's when he's literally never, I've never seen Elite Topuria have cardio issues. How did he have cardio issues over Justin Gaethje? The pace wasn't even that crazy either. It was a crazy pace, but it wasn't even as crazy as his other fights that he's had with Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski. I know that was in lower weight classes, but still, the pace wasn't as that crazy compared to his fight against Josh Emmett. The pace wasn't as crazy as that. So how does he gas in the second round against Justin Gaethje with less volume, with less output? How? With less of a weight cut? How? I just don't understand it. I'm sure he's been he's been away for a little bit, but in that time, Justin Gaethje, he gets hit with some nasty shots in his fight with Paddy Pimblett, and then he gets knocked out by Max Holloway. But somehow he's just he's less gassed out than Elite Topuria. I just don't understand. I don't understand what just happened. I don't get it. I do not get this. I have no idea how this happened whatsoever. Elite Topuria on paper was the better grappler, the better boxer, more accurate guy, the younger guy, undefeated. He's KO'd 3 legends in a row. And Justin Gaethje, out of all the people to beat him, Justin Gaethje. I cannot believe this. And I'm rambling on. I just don't believe it. This is literally the craziest upset in UFC history. There's nothing like this is literally crazier than Sean. With Sean Strickland, there was at least something we've seen Hamza have cardio issues in the past, and Sean Strickland has been talked about as being this really great defensive grappler. But with Elite Topuria against Justin Gaethje, there was literally nothing out there. There was literally nothing to point that Elite Topuria was going to lose this other than just speculation because, he's been in a divorce and, that might have affected him negatively, and, maybe because he's been away for so long, but it hasn't even been a crazy, crazy long time. But I just cannot believe this. This is my immediate reaction. This just destroyed me. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, because I wanted Ilya to win. I didn't want Justin Gaethje to win. I wanted Ilya to win. I wanted him to cement his name into the hall, the GOATs of the UFC. But now everyone's going to call him trash. Everyone's going to call him overrated. Everyone's going to say that his wins against Charles, Alex, Charles, Alex, and Max meant nothing. I already know how people are. Everyone's going to say it. Everyone. This is, like, I just can't believe this. But, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the Yap session, if you feel the same way as me, I'm not gonna even come up with like any strikes. Just, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the fights. Let me know about everything. I can't believe this. This is just unbelievable. And I will see y'all in the next video. I'm sure I have many videos to make after this because this is just crazy. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.